What is a psychic? Are psychics even real? If so, what can a psychic do? If your answer for all of those questions is Whoopi Goldberg's character in Ghost, we have a lot to cover. You see, talking about psychics isn't a very common thing, so I encourage you to keep an open mind while you're watching this video and set your skepticism aside because that will help you better understand the things that I'm about to share with you. But before we begin this discussion, I see your future. You're subscribing to this channel. Spooky, right? Make sure you subscribe to this channel right now if you are interested in these kinds of topics, as we release on a regular basis videos like this, where we approach these sort of topics in a funny manner. So, with that said, what is a psychic then? By definition, according to James Randi, a psychic is a person who claims to use extrasensory perception to identify information hidden from normal senses, particularly involving telepathy or clairvoyance, or who perform acts that are apparently inexplicable by natural laws. Wow, you need a psychic to figure out exactly what James Randi was trying to say. Let's have a closer look and see what that all means. A psychic is someone with so-called supernatural or paranormal abilities. That means that these people have access to more senses than a normal human being does. Having access to more senses is possible thanks to the pineal gland, also known as the third eye. This little gland is found in the human brain, and when it opens itself, it gives the individual the sixth sense, or in other words, extrasensory perception. Now, the implications of the third eye are purely magical, as some would argue. Different signs and symbols pointing to the pineal gland can be found literally everywhere, dating back to ancient Egypt, giving it an even bigger importance. The pineal gland has a shape similar to a pine cone, and it is important to remember that it is possible for all humans to activate this gland for themselves, but more on that in another video. Psychics are those who manage to open their gland. Now, you might wonder, what is the sixth sense then, other than a film starring Bruce Willis? What kind of supernatural abilities are you talking about? Well, there are over 35 supernatural abilities that you can develop if you activate your pineal gland. But for the purposes of this video, we are only going to discuss the 10 most known superpowers. The first and probably most known ability is clairvoyance, which is the ability to perceive people, objects, locations, or physical events in the future via extrasensory perception. In other words, clairvoyance means clear seeing, and you've probably experienced it in some way in your life, although you may not have recognized it for what it was. Clairvoyance can be so subtle that it might even feel like you are imagining or making stuff up in your head. A clairvoyant psychic has mental images randomly flash before their eyes, finds easily to visualize places and people, and sees flashes of color, numbers, symbols, or images. Remember, this flashing is mental and not the kind that includes running naked across your college campus. The next supernatural sense is clairaudience, which is the ability to acquire information by paranormal auditory means. Clairaudience comes from the French word clair, which means clear, and audience, which is the action of hearing. Glue them together and you've got clear hearing. In simple words, if you are a clairaudient psychic, you might hear sounds, voices, words, or music. Think of it as a telepathic way of communicating. The clairaudient messages come from your spirit guides, someone who's passed on, people around you, or it could be from your higher self. Or in Pinocchio's case, a cricket. Next on the list is claircognizance, which is the ability to simply know things. Cognizance means knowledge or awareness, and so, claircognizance have the psychic intuition of clear thinking. Psychics with this ability can easily tell a fake person from a trustworthy one. They have an innate sense that tells them if something is not a good idea, even if it looks fine to others. So, it's rare for a claircognizant to work on Wall Street. On the other side of the coin, clairsentience is the ability to physically feel, that is, to receive messages from emotions and feelings. Clairsentient people have the gift of psychic sensing, and they are super intuitive. If you can feel things about people and places, then you have this gift. This ability means to have an awesome instinct about people, places, and situations. It means to sense people's intentions with no logical explanation. If you are a clairsentient, being around people can drain your energy. You may feel exhausted, anxious, or overwhelmed. Or it could also mean you're around really annoying people. However, this can be a cool super ability if used correctly at work or personal life. The next super ability is again one of the most known abilities out there. Telepathy is the ability to transmit or receive thoughts supernaturally. This word comes from the Greek tele, which means distant, and pathos meaning feeling or perception. This particular ability allows you to transfer information from one person to another without using any known human sensory channels or physical interaction. You can read or sense another person's thoughts, communicate with them mentally, or affect their minds. Users of this power are often called mind readers and rarely have arguments with their spouses. Astral projection or mental projection is the ability to voluntarily project the astral body, being associated with the out-of-body experience, in which the astral body is felt to temporarily separate from the physical body. People often experience this state during illness or when involved in a near-death experience, but it is also possible to practice astral projection at will. The out-of-body experience begins by leaving the body and consciously observing it from a detached perspective. It is similar to what flight looks like. Yes, that's right, a flight. If you've been flying in your dreams, literal flight, no 737 MAX required. Although if you're in one of those, maybe you are having a near-death experience. Another known psychic ability is aura reading, which is the ability to perceive energy fields surrounding people, places, and things. The concept of auras was first popularized by Charles Webster Leadbeater, a former priest of the Church of England. An aura or human energy field is a colored emanation said to enclose a human body or any animal object. You can think of auras as a kind of vibe, which is the short term for vibrational frequency. Your energy or vibrational frequency may tell someone around you that you are angry or upset. It may tell you if you are happy or excited, even without you saying a word. Likewise, you may sense these emotions from another person. Psychics with this particular ability can see the color of your aura instantly. They can clean them, and they can make you feel better if you are in a low vibrational state. Mediumship or channeling is another cool ability a psychic ought to have. This is the practice of communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. Practitioners are also known as mediums. The medium has a role of an intermediary between the world of the living and the world of the spirit. Psychics with this ability claim that they can listen to and relay messages from spirits, or that they can allow a spirit to control the body and speak through it directly by using automatic writing or drawing. Next on this list is prophecy, and this is the ability to foresee the future. Prophets claim that they receive messages by supernatural beings considered sacred or divine. In Christianity, it is believed that the gift of prophecy is the supernatural ability to receive and convey a message from God. Such messages involve inspiration, interpretation, or revelation of divine which concerns the prophet's social world and events to come. Unlike the other version of prophet normally used by the church. Little religion wordplay for you folks. Now, energy medicine, energy therapy, energy healing, vibrational energy, psychic healing, spiritual energy, or spiritual healing are branches of alternative medicine, which is another superpower. Healer psychics can channel healing energy into a patient and affect positive results. By definition, energetic healing is a method of healing that manipulates the subtle energy systems of the body with the goal of ensuring the mental, physical, and spiritual well-being of a person. The human body is a complete energy system in tune with the universe. Any imbalance in the body would create obstruction in the flow of energy, which results in illness. Basically, energetic healing is trying to ensure that the energy flow within the body moves unobstructed. Think of energetics as the kale smoothie to the constipation that is your energy flow. Now, if you are looking for any scientific proof, you need to understand that such claims aren't supported by scientific evidence. The reason for that is you cannot rationalize these things. You cannot make them logical. Instead, what you can do is believe that they exist, not in a way like church tells you to have blind faith, but in a way where you are more open to the possibility that something like this is even possible. Lastly, as a warning for you, beware of fake psychics who are into this only after your money. The way it works is that these people will likely find your weak spot, such as pretending to talk to your beloved father who passed away last year, and then they will ask you for money in exchange for a message or conversation with that dead soul. If you are truly passionate about those things, I encourage you to conduct a bit of research and pay attention before contacting one of those fake psychics. Thank you for watching this video, and if you find value in this content, give us a like and subscribe to this channel right now for more videos like this. Until next time, stay well.